Day 21, I watched Maniac 2012, and I love the original Maniac. I've actually only seen it once, and I watched it last year, but I still remember that movie after watching it. And I finally just found at a local store in town, I finally found the Blu-ray. Like, I just really, really wanted to watch this movie so bad because I love the original one. And I heard that this one is such a great remake in a lot of ways. And coming out of this movie, yeah, this movie is fantastic. I'd say if I had to pick between the original and this one, I'd pick the original first. But that doesn't matter though, because this I think is still a fantastic remake that works to its benefit of being a remake, because it has a lot of things that I think add to it that are effective in this version, like the point of view. Um, the point of view that Frank has is really terrifying. It's almost every moment of the movie he's in, it is a point of view thing, which is horrifying. And I think that it truly makes this movie just as disturbing as the original one, and I really love that they can make that effect with a new gimmick in the movie. Um, and also, the electronic score I think is very memorable and very cool, and I want to listen to it like after I watch the movie. It felt very very cool. Like, it's just a cool, kind of eerie, creepy score. And for me, I know you have Joe Spinell in the original, which is so hard to top. He was terrifying in that movie. But Elijah Wood in this movie is really incredibly terrifying as well. Elijah Wood, I really like as an actor, and I think it's so funny that he can play really scary people, like characters in movies. Like, I don't remember the character's name, but I remember in Sin City, Elijah Wood was this little, like, character who would, like, have just a faceless, creepy smile. Like, I don't remember what his name was in that movie, but he was horrifying in that movie, and I think he was like killing people in that movie too. So it's nuts how Elijah Wood is so good in that movie and in this one. He really, like, it's almost to the fact that, like, you don't even think it's Elijah Wood because it's not. It's from his point of view, and Elijah Wood's one of those actors where watching, I don't just immediately think of one thing that he's in. Like, in this, he truly blends into this role in a horrifying way. And his backstory is really tragic, where it's another mother backstory where, like, the mother keeps having sex with guys in front of him, and it, like, traumatizes him, and he just goes nuts. And it really, the way that they set it, the way that he keeps having these hallucinations in current time with his mom who's gone, um, just like turning around at the subway, and there she is, like, banging a guy, like, on the wall at the subway. Like, it's insane, but it builds this character's horrifying, like tragedy, and it really is effective. Um, and again, like the original, this one is very uncomfortable to watch. And this one is even more graphic. While the original has some graphic moments, this one in particular is like, it shows every single detail of these horrifying things that this guy does. And it is so scary, and it truly works in that way. Um, really, really worked. And it was just it was so incredibly unnerving how you watch this character hurt people in a point of view thing. Like, that to me made this a truly horrifying movie. And I love the fact that this movie feels like it needs to exist, even though it's a remake, because it does so many things different with the point of view of Frank. Um, with the way that you see him do this stuff in this version is different than the 1980 version. And it is just truly a terrifying movie, and I really loved every minute of this movie. This movie was fantastic. One of the best remakes, like, I've watched. It blows me away in how great this one is. Even though I'd say the original is by a tad the one I would prefer over the two, I still love this movie. This movie is fantastic. So glad I finally got to see Maniac. This one really got me. Maniac 2012. So that is my review, and thank you guys so much for watching.